Morning students. In this lesson we are going to see that unit number 9, continuation of electrochemistry. Now the measurement of conductivity cell of ionic solution. This is coming at your physics chapter, that is Wheatstone bridge construction. Now I am going to explain. I give the small recapitulation about your previous section. What we have learned: molar conductivity and molar conductivity formula, then equivalent conductance and factors affecting the electrolytic solution. These four things we have learned from our previous chapter. I think you are all reminded. Now we are going to see that our learning objectives. Principle of Wheatstone bridge. The Wheatstone bridge working under we are going to calculate the EMF of the cell. The EMF is nothing but common acronym of electromotive force. Electromotive force is defined as the electrical potential produced by either electrochemical cell or changing the magnetic field. EMF is commonly used as acronym for the electromotive force. See, this is a 4 variables we are using for the Wheatstone bridge. Instead of here A and D, one resistance will be happening, that is called OR. Instead of OR, I can replace to insert a one electrochemical cell here. See the conductivity cell, then the conductivity cell is containing an electrolytic solution. The resistance will be OR. The resistance here is P, the resistance here is Q, and resistance here is S. So 3 known resistance or 2 known resistance, 1 unknown resistance for OR. This is a resistivity of the cell. This is the resistivity of the cell. Here we are going to find out what the resistivity of OR. Here we are going to find out what the resistivity of OR with the helpful for the electrolytic solution. See, the electrolytic solution is containing electrolytes. While we are passing through the current with the help of this one, what happening? The current is flowing through the P resistance and coming through the Q resistance and coming through the S resistance. This is going to deflect the galvanometer. But actually, this A and D is having a different type of resistance, different type of movement. Okay, the current moving across this like side. Okay, this is called a unit circle. The current will be moving like this, but this is only is having a different type of movement. So only we are going to find out this OR resistance is a different. We are going to find out with the help of 3 known resistance. What are the 3 known resistance? P, Q, S are the 3 known resistance. This 3 known resistance is helpful to find out the unknown resistance of OR and momentum of EMF. Now, Wheatstone bridge. Principle: simple circuit for measuring on unknown resistance by the connecting it. So for the quadrilateral with 3 known resistance. Quadrilateral means the 3 known resistance are same moment of electron. See, moment of electron will be same side, but A and D is having a different side. Okay, the resistance are applying the voltage between pair for opposite corners. Okay, so what is the pair for opposite corner? Whether the resistance P and Q is same, whether the resistance R and S is same. Okay, the same resistance but deflection will be different. See, Wheatstone bridge is a electrical circuit. You know that one. The name suggested it is the shape of the bridge. The bridge is one means connecting to one end to another end. So only we said like this. The bridge is galvanometer is named after the Sir Charles Wheatstone, who has popularized this. Wheatstone bridge is helpful to finding the unknown resistance value of resistor. This is very important one. Unknown resistance. So this electrolytic solution is don't have that resistance. We are not able to calculate. But with the help of the Wheatstone bridge, we can modify the Wheatstone bridge like this. We can easily find out the resistance of this electrolytic solution. So this bridge is called post box, office box. So sometimes this asking one mark, which bridge is called here post box office. That bridge is coming under the Wheatstone bridge character. So now I am going to explain the principle. The Wheatstone bridge works on the principle of null deflection. So you can understand first what is meant by null deflection. Principle of null deflection. This is coming, this Wheatstone bridge coming under working as a under a Ohm's law. So Ohm's law tells us that the current through a conductor is directly proportional to the potential difference across it. Now, if no potential difference, there will be no flow of current. What are the three potential differences there? P, Q, and S. Yeah, three potential differences there. This is say that no current will be flow through this one, but R is having a tendency to flow a current one into another end via the galvanometer. So the difference 3 will be no flow of current. Hence, we obtain a null deflection of galvanometer. So the circuit will be like this. We are passing through the current here to here and here means that no deflection will be happen. Galvanometer shows a 0 only. But the afterwards the current will be flowing through this end A to D. What happening? The galvanometer get deflected. The galvanometer get a deflector. The deflection is helpful to find out the how many resistance will be happening, how many conductance will be happening inside the electrolytic cell with the help of the electrolytes. Then working and construction of Wheatstone bridge. Wheatstone bridge constructed in three variables. You know that one. Four variables PQ, RS, other, and the conductivity cell. Let the resistance of electrolytic solution taken as a R. We are assumed to take an R. As shown in figure 9.3 as well as the AC source. How much current will be supplying to the cell? 550 Hz to 5 kilohertz. Okay. The connected between the junction A and C. The connected a suitable detector such a telephone or earpiece detector. These are coming under experimental property. You don't worry about that one. Between the junction A, B and D, the variable resistance S is adjusted until the bridge is balanced. Suppose any deflection is happening. Actually, no deflection is happening. Suppose any deflection is happening, galvanometer momentum is happening means we are not able to set a circuit properly. So that time the S resistance will be adjusted by manually. So finally we get a null deflection to the galvanometer. After we are supplying through the current, we get a deflection there. So I am going to explain the basic circuit without electrolyte cell, how your Wheatstone bridge is working. So see your Wheatstone bridge. Here you know that one. In your lesson, we are setted here the resistance with the help of the conductivity cell. But actually, the Wheatstone bridge is like this. The current flow this and this, this and this. Okay. So what happening? This S will be adjusted to the null deflection. Okay, I already said the A to B I1 and B to C I3 and C to D I4. So this variables is helpful to find out the how much amount of the current will passing through the resistance P, Q and S, and I2 is helpful to find out the what is the resistance of electrolyte cell with the help of electrolytic electrodes. So the EMF supply is attached between the point A and B, and a galvanometer is connected between the point C and D. The current through the galvanometer depends on the potential difference occurring. While we can increasing the volt from here, the galvanometer get deflected. So what deflection will be happening means with the help of OS, I am going to nullify this one. So finally what happening, the exact resistance of electrolytic cell we can get. Then the bridge is balanced condition when no current flows through the cell or potential difference occur if the galvanometer is cell. Okay, no current is there. At the same time, the galvanometer shows here 0. The galvanometer shows here 0. This condition occurs when the potential difference according to the A, B and A to D are equal. The condition, what happening? The condition was occurring while we are passing through the current this side. This current is going to this side. At the same time, the current will be flowing through this side. What happening? the potential difference across the B to C and C to D are different. So this is same and this get opposite. This get opposite because this is going to this side and this is going to this side. So the following condition existed when the current through the galvanometer is 0. So this condition, the galvanometer will be showing as 0. So I'm going to explain clearly with the help of equation. So I take this one and this one, okay, for your understanding. So this one are equal and this one are equal. So I1 is equal to I3, I1 is equal to I2. So anyway, these four variables are equal. So what I can do, under the balance condition only, I can say like this. I can take I1P is equal to I2R. The bridge as a balance condition is expressed as I1 is equal to I3, I2 is equal to I4. So the E will be common for both sides. What are the variables is there? P and Q and R and S coming in the bottom. So now we are going to calculate the EMF of the battery. What happening here? See, you are previously understand this is equation number 1. This is equation number 2. I'm going to substituting the equation 1 in I values into the equations 1. Okay. See, so I'm going to equal the both sides. What happening? PE plus P plus Q and PRE is equal to R plus S. So this E get cancelled. We get a PR. So I'm going to class multiply this one. We can get this answer. I'm going to inner multiplication this one. I can get this answer. Okay. What happening? PRPS RP plus RQ. So this common for both sides. So PS is equal to RQ. So R is a unknown resistance. With the help of three known resistance, we are going to find out R very easily. So equation number 2 is a balanced condition. Equation number 3 is a unbalanced condition or circuitized condition. This is applying for only we are passing through the current. This is normal condition. So the values of unknown resistance is determined by the equation number 3. The R is a unknown resistance and S is the standard arm of the bridge. Standard arm of the bridge means we know the value of R and P and Q is a ratio between the bridge. So specific conductance or conductivity of the electrolyte can be calculated from the resistance value following expression. You know that one? Conductivity is equal to reciprocal of resistance into multiplication of cell constant. So with the helpful of the specific conductance, I am going to explain one sum here. The sum is the resistance of conductivity cell measured by 190 ohms. Okay, the 190 ohms is a final resistance. Then 0.1 molar KCl solution, they are given the specific conductance. KCl of the specific conductance also they are given 1.3 Siemens per meter when the same cell filled with the 0.0003 sodium chloride solution. The measured resistance is what we can get finally 6.3 kilo ohm. Okay, both these measurements is made at particular temperature. Say particular temperature, no need worry about that one, they are mentioned particular. Calculate the specific and molar conductance of the NaCl solution. So specific and molar conductance of the NaCl solution. You can remember the specific and molar conductance of the NaCl solution means what is the specific conductance of K is equal to 1 by R into L by A. This is the formula. You know that one. Reciprocal of resistance. This is a cell constant. So you know that one. The resistance they are already given for sodium chloride, and this is we are going to multiply it. How we are going to get L by A is equal to specific conductance into resistance. Multiplied means we get a cell constant. So I am going to explain here. See what are the given, that the value, specific conductance value they are given, resistance although they are given. We are going to find out cell constant. Cell constant is specific conductance is resistance. So specific conductance value 1.3 Siemens per meter, and what is the resistance? 190 ohms. The cell conductivity, cell resistance 190 ohms. We are getting a simple multiplication. We are getting this one. The Siemens ohm inverse proportional ohm will be cancelled. Then 1.3 into 190, we are getting 247 per meter. Okay, now I'm going to calculate the specific conductance of sodium chloride. So the same formula. What is the formula? Kappa is equal to 1 by R L by A. So 1 by R into NaCl into L by A. So 1 by, what is NaCl value? 6.3 kilojoules. Okay, conductance resistance they are given for the NaCl resistance 6.3 kilojoules into what is the cell constant value? 247 per meter. 247 per meter. So K is equal to, here K is equal to 10 to the power 3. So instead of removal this one, I am substituting this K 10 to the power 3 ohms for the simple calculation. Okay, we are getting this one for the simple multiplication. But now I'm going to see that molar conductivity. Molar conductivity K, delta M is equal to K into 10 to the power minus 3 per mole meters cube by molarity of the solution. So what is the kappa value? Kappa value we are already find out here. Okay, I'm going to simply substituting this kappa value 10 to the power minus 3 per mole per meters cube. Then what is the molar solution of this one? They are already given that also, 3.003 moles of sodium chloride. So instead of this one, I am going to substitute 3 into 10 to the power minus, how many decimal I coming through this one? 1, 2, 3. So 10 to the power minus 3. So 39.2 into 10 to the power minus 3 into 10 to the power minus 3. So Siemens per meter and per mole per meters cube. So wait. So I'm going to explain this one. So 39.2 into 10 to the power minus 3 Siemens per meter into 10 to the power minus 3 per mole and per meter, then divided by, instead of this one I'm going to supply 3 into 10 to the power minus 3. I forward this one, I can add minus 3 here. What happened? This minus 3 get cancelled. This minus 3 gets cancelled. This minus 2 and minus get cancelled. We get 39.2 into 10 to the power 3 minus 3 Siemens per meter and per mole divided by 3. We can get cancel, this means we can get 13.04 into 10 to the power minus 3 Siemens square and per mole. Okay, finally we get the answer. Then you can do 1 or 2 times, you can understand very easily. So the application part, where the Wheatstone bridges are used. Okay, the Wheatstone bridges are used for measuring the very low resistant values preciously. So very low resistance means the dilute solutions resistant values also very useful to measuring for with the help of Wheatstone bridge. The Wheatstone bridge along with that operational amplifier used to measure a physical parameters like a temperature, strain, light, etc. Okay, you know that when amplifiers, in olden days the amplifiers in came to one big ball is there. The big ball is containing some of the electrolytes. So some of the electrolyte is there, that is with the help working under the Wheatstone bridge. So Wheatstone bridge said that to be a more sensitive when its voltmeter will be showing a zero deflection. Means it will be a balanced condition. All the 4 arms for the nearly same order of the magnitude. So what happening? So any deflection will be happening your AC source also. The Wheatstone bridge will be securing your instrument. So applications. Wheatstone bridge used for the precise measurement of low resistance for the very dilute condition of electrolytes. Wheatstone bridge along with the operational amplifier is to measure the physical parameters such as the temperature, light strain, then quantities such as impedance, inductance and capacitance. These are not coming your physical chemistry, sorry physics. You can understand what is this one. So following errors will be applying. Some of the difficulties is there. The difference between the true and marked values. Some of the oscillation is there. But experimentally we are getting a one of the value, but theoretically we are getting a another value. The galvanometer is less sensitive compared to the voltmeter. So inaccuracy occur balance point. The galvanometer will be we are adjusting the S for that resistance, but voltmeter is very sensitive. We are not able to understand. The resistance of bridge changes because of the self-heating galvanometer generated error. Okay, while we are continually doing the calculation, the galvanometer get heated. The heater also giving some of the deflection through the galvanometer. Then the thermal EMF causes the serious trouble in the measurement of row resistance values. The personal error, human error also, null point is there. So give a recap. You are learning from the electromotive force and electron produced. Okay. AC source and cell constant value find out calculation. Then formula working construction of the Wheatstone bridge. I can give the small introduction only. This is not much important in your syllabus. Thank you, students.